The scorching, hateful desert sun, the hollow black depths of the dark woods, the bitter cold of Queen Isabella's peaks, and the lonely, lonesome waves of the eastern sea. King Graham has braved all of these and more to get to this point. Mordax Castle, the finale of King's Quest V. Welcome back to Saving Often. My name is Rick, and we are wrapping up the journey to save Castle Daventry and rescue the royal family. So as mentioned, here we are on Mordax Island, and we have a few things to look at here. We followed a mermaid, and we shipwrecked, and now here we are. No way of getting back, so hopefully we got all the items we need. I think we did. Oh dear, now what? Poor Graham's boat has been dashed to pieces against the jagged rocks of Mordax Island and is now completely useless. What do we have over here? A dead fish lies on the rocky beach at the end of the stairs. Well, if there's one thing I know about Sierra games, it's that you always take the dead fish. So the dead fish is now in our possession. Let's explore. Ah, 2 dragons. Ooh, I don't like this place. It's creepy. Yeah, creepy it is. These were snakes in the PC version. Not sure why they're dragons here, but I have a feeling they're going to do the same thing to me here as they did there. Let's go ahead and save our game and walk forth. There it is. The eyes have it. So yes, obviously we can't just walk in. And it's a good thing that back when we defeated that Yeti, by throwing a custard pie in its face, that we took a look inside the crystal cave that it inhabited and took a crystal from within, because if not, guess what? We're screwed. However we did that thing. We used the hammer, we got a crystal, and the brilliant crystal shard feels smooth in Graham's hands. So it does. Let's go ahead and use that to reflect this beam. And, oh, God, that's kind of scary looking. And destroy these statues and allow us to continue. So here we are. Oh, well, it looks like there's no way in. Let's turn back. Come on, Cedric. Graham is just exasperated with that owl at this point. And can you blame him? Poor Cedric, he gets a bad rap. He's just trying to help, Anyway, we could just approach this door. No, don't! But, that last step is a doozy, so we will not be approaching the door. Instead, this may not jump out at you, and this may come as some surprise, but we actually have to take this path to the side. Who would have thought? So, in we go. The twisted and deformed shapes of the island's rocks seem to grow like strange weeds. Graham notices a rusted grate embedded into a stone platform of Mordax Castle. Well, let's open it up, shall we? Graham tugs hard on the grate, but soon finds it's rusted in place and can't be budged. Ooh, see? Dead end! Let's go back now. No, we'll figure this out. Come on, Graham, this place gives me the shivers. Huh. Those text boxes closed of their own accord. That was a little weird. So yeah, we can't just simply open up this grate. We need something, say, I don't know, maybe a pry bar of some kind. Well, it is a very good thing that we picked up this heavy iron bar from the beach, because otherwise we'd be at a dead end. And there we are. The path to the maze beneath Mordax Castle is now open. Ooh, you're crazy to go down into that dark hole. You don't know what's down there. Well, do you have any better ideas? No, mind if I wait for you here? No, that's a good idea, Cedric. You be the lookout out here. Ooh, yes, I'll be the lookout. Be careful, Graham. And down we go into the maze. We are going to save our game. We are going to save our game, and we're going to come clean with a confession. That confession is that I've looked ahead a little bit because I was curious. So the map of the desert was slightly different in the NES version than it was in the PC version. It was actually a little smaller. So I went ahead and looked up the map for this area because it's not really too big of a deal in the PC version, but it still has to be mapped out, and I just wanted to make sure that it was the same thing, and much to my utter astonishment, they actually made this maze ridiculously complicated for the NES. Like, oh, good Lord, I'm looking at it right now, and we're going to meet a little creature named Dink, who shows up in several dead ends in the PC version, but there's only one place here in this 7x9 grid of rooms that you can find Dink, and there are so many paths. This is a legitimate, terrifying adventure game maze, so I'm not going to be figuring this thing out on my own. I'm going to be following this map to get where I need to go. So let's begin. So we have a compass bearing, at least. That's helpful. It'll at least tell us which way we're going. Probably in lieu of... Oh no, they do still change the perspective. Let's see. Okay, so there's the entrance. So now I'm heading north. So yeah, we want to head all the way north. We're back here at the starting screen now. This is very confusing. So let's head east. Okay, still headed east for a while. Okay, here we're at a T, so let's head north. Yeah, I can't even fathom. I mean, even the original King's Quest V maze is kind of difficult to map out just because, as I mentioned, it's a question of perspective. It's hard to tell what way you're facing at any given time, but my God, this is way worse. This is one way that I will definitely tell you that King's Quest V NES is much worse than the PC version. But here we are at Dink. I am absolutely saving my game here. So Dink is a little friend of ours that if we get too close, will just, murder us. Just flat out murder us. Shouldn't mess with Dink, Graham. Fair enough. I guess you shouldn't mess around with a monster you find in a maze, but anyhow. A huge beast sporting a funny-looking topknot bound in a crude hairpin skulks in one dark corner of the labyrinth. Da dink, dink, da 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 dink. Graham should watch his step around this ugly beast. I don't know, he's kind of cute. So, what would you do with this ugly beast? So far we've seen that music tends to soothe those things which are hostile toward us, so let's play the tambourine for our friend. Hey, there we go. He takes our tambourine and saunters off with it. Graham sees the beast's hairpin lying on the stone floor of the labyrinth. All right. Grab that hairpin. Graham reaches down and grabs the hairpin off the labyrinth floor. All right, let's make our way back out now. Let's see. This honestly isn't too bad if you have a map in front of you, which of course is antithetical to the point of mazes. But, you know, seeing this map and following along like the dirty cheater that I am is making it a lot easier. It's a pretty simple path. If you're keeping track at home, we are now skirting the eastern wall headed south, which we are going to take down to here and then head over here and down here until we find a door. And while we're finding that door, let's save our game. Okay. There's a wooden door here. Perhaps it will lead into the castle. Graham tries to open the wooden door, but to no avail. It's securely locked. Well, we have Dink's small metal hairpin, which might just be enough to pick the lock. Graham inserts the hairpin into the door's large keyhole and discovers, to his amazement, that it fits perfectly. Turning it ever so gently, he soon hears a soft click and the door is unlocked. Okay, the door is now unlocked. Let's head in. Ooh, and we're now inside Mordack's castle. Noticing a pattern here, I hope. I am saving every chance I get. Let's take a look around. A set of wide steps leads up from the labyrinth door to a pantry off the wizard's kitchen. A bag of dried peas in the corner of the shelves catches Graham's interest. And why wouldn't it? Graham adds the bag of dried peas to his other items. Were they out of ways of saying that he puts it in his pocket? It's a little awkward. Okay, let's continue in. Graham surveys the kitchen in Mordax's castle in disgust. It is an untidy mishmash of dirty pots, jars with unidentified contents, rags, and assorted junk. Graham can see nothing that interests him. Nothing, you say. A lovely young girl with long black hair, olive skin, and flashing green eyes cowers, frightened, in the corner of the kitchen. Though wearing rags, her beauty nevertheless shines through. Don't come near me. Leave me alone. I would never hurt you. I'd like to help you. I don't believe you. You're probably one of them. I'm not. Believe me. Just go away, please. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Fair enough. What could we possibly have to give this young lady? Perhaps a fish? Or perhaps the magic amulet? Or maybe this lovely golden locket on a delicate chain? Wherever did you find my gold locket? I thought it was gone for good. I lost it on the island just after I was brought here by Mordack. You wouldn't believe me if I told you. Tell me, who are you, and how did you come to be here? My name is Princess Kasima from the land of the Green Isles. My father, the king, employs a horrible wazir who befriended Mordack. When Mordack saw me, he immediately wished to marry me and bring me here. Naturally, I refused, and my father agreed with me, but our refusal angered him so much that he brought me here anyway and put me to work as a scullery girl. He says he will never let me go, that a scullery girl I will remain until I agree to marry him. But the thought revolts me. What am I to do? Don't worry, I'm here to save my family from the wizard. He's got them here imprisoned inside a glass bottle. I won't forget you if I manage to rescue them. Oh, I know the glass bottle you're talking about. It's in Mordax's laboratory upstairs. Well, keep quiet about my presence. I think this will be the most difficult part of my journey. I may not survive it. I would never give you away, and I will help you in any way I can, kind sir. Well, we are now friends with Princess Kasima, and obsessively as we do, I save my game. This is, next to the desert, this is probably the most dangerous part of King's Quest V, both from a death standpoint and from a dead-end standpoint. But let's venture deeper. This is really interesting, seeing this this interpretation of Mordack's castle. I can't look at the head there. Two distorted figures of bird-like women flank both sides of the monstrous pipe organ. A hideous yet fascinating pipe organ commands attention as Graham walks through a downstairs hallway. What if we played it? Oh, he won't play the organ. Come on, Graham, be a sport. Goodbye, King Graham of Daventry. Poor Graham, Mordack shows no mercy. As I said, this is very, very lethal. I'm not even sure that I could have avoided that. I think it's just random. Oh. A large beast rushes toward Graham with hatred in his red-rimmed eyes. Yeah, all right. Well, I'm now in jail. Graham finds himself in a dirty, dingy cell somewhere below Mordack's castle. Graham can see a small, moldy piece of cheese just inside the mouse hole. Hello. What? Where did you come from? From the labyrinth. I spend a lot of time down here, you know, with my friends. Friends? Yes, like Dink and Sam. I don't know if you ever saw Sam or not. Anyway, I found this loose stone once, and it led here, to this cell. Now, come on, you'd better get out of here. So, you can get captured just once, at least in the PC version. And you have to get captured just once. Any more, and you die instantly. But if you don't get captured, you can't use this rusted old fish hook in this mouse hole to liberate the piece of moldy cheese. There, got it. The fish hook did the trick of removing the piece of cheese from the mouse hole. Oh, God, where am I? The hole where Graham exited the dungeon. Oh, I can just follow Kasima. Thank God. The PC version did this too. I'm really glad the NES version does. Okay. Back again at the entrance to the kitchen. You know, I always assumed that using the hairpin was Graham picking the lock to get in, but since Dink is Kasima's friend, I guess that she just kind of hid the key on him to let her get back in if she ever gets locked out. I guess that makes more sense than Graham being a rogue. Okay. So now we have the cheese, and we can head back into the depths of Mordax Castle. Oh my God, this interface. The black cat eyes Graham suspiciously. You! How did you get here? I have journeyed far, over land and sea. Never mind, your journey is now over. Goodbye, King Graham. And dead. I have journeyed far, over land and sea. Okay, we'll try that again. As you can see, the cat is not here this time, so randomly I will just get, killed. And that's King's Quest V. A huge dining table placed before an ornate fireplace dominates the cavernous dining hall. Oh, there's the beast. Okay, well, it's a damn good thing that I picked up this bag full of round dried peas. Too late? Too late. And now I believe we're dead, unless Kasima's going to rescue us again. But I don't think that's going to happen. So, let's just restore our save game. Okay. You know, I could edit all of this crap out of this video. I typically do. I don't like to leave in parts where I'm wandering or where I'm not sure of what to do, just because I like to keep the videos snappy. However, for the full King's Quest V experience, I think that it's important that I leave every single one of these bullshit deaths in, so you can see exactly what one must labor through in order to play King's Quest V. Okay, so we have a better shot at the blue beast here. I got to my inventory fast enough. And we'll throw the peas. And there we go. I don't know if the beast is taken care of, but the most important part of this transaction is that we now have an empty bag of peas. We couldn't simply empty the peas out and keep the bag. No, we had to throw them at the floor in front of the blue beast. Now, if this is like the PC version, that damn beast will come back. So we haven't dealt with him permanently. However, he has been dealt with. So let's just go ahead and save so we don't have to do that crap again. Interestingly, I can't go south. Oh, okay, there's the door. Graham looks in astonishment around this strange foyer. That's all we have to say about it? All right. Ooh. A huge monstrosity of a skull-like figure leers over passers-by of an upstairs hallway. What's this pedestal? I can't look at it. That's kind of cool. A large, grotesque bed occupies one corner of Mordack's bedroom. Graham sucks in his breath as he surveys the bizarre furnishings and horrible figures in Mordack's bedroom. That is one hell of a bed. Many book-filled shelves line the walls of Mordack's extensive and bizarre library. I mean, I don't know. This library is pretty bog standard as far as libraries go. I don't get where you're calling it bizarre, but, you know, whatever. Many books and scrolls line the shelves of Mordack's library. As Graham looks them over, however, he finds them mostly unintelligible. A large book lying upon a corner desk attracts Graham's curiosity. This looks interesting. Graham wonders what the symbols mean. You know, this game could seriously benefit from some background music. It is eerily silent, and it shouldn't be. So there's the cat, there's Mananan, and we need to deal with him right now before he has a chance to call the cops on us. So let's grab this fish and toss it to the cat. And before he has a chance to react, that's right, we're going to put the cat in the bag. The cat struggles in vain inside the bag. Oh, don't worry, he's not going to die in there. We'll let him out eventually, I'm sure. Once we've had a chance to deal with Mordack. Let's wander over here. The laboratory. Graham has found himself in a large room filled with many unusual contraptions and magical implements. His heart feels like bursting when he notices his family imprisoned within a large glass bottle sitting upon a corner table. Tears come to Graham's eyes as he sees his beloved family and castle held captive inside a large glass bottle. I can't talk to him. Looking at his frantically waving family inside their glass prison makes Graham's heart break as he realizes his inability to save them from their terrible predicament. Graham has no idea what Mordack does with this strange contraption, but it couldn't be good. Inside the lower portion, a foul-smelling liquid bubbles while two dangling spiked gizmos hang on some sort of weight mechanism above a couple of flat iron platters. Behind Mordack's strange contraption lurk other baffling magical implements. So, this is the machine that we're going to need to use to power up Crispin's old wand that we've been carrying around for this entire journey. But before we can do that, we're going to need a power source. We're going to need another wand. And that wand is Mordax Wand. And believe it or not, the solution to getting Mordax Wand is to come to his library and wait for him to go to sleep. So, we wait. And wait. And wait. And wait. Through the open doorway, Graham can see the wizard lying in his bed. I can't stand this puzzle. This has to be, to me, the single most egregious thing that King's Quest V does. Graham quietly takes Mordack's wand that glows brightly with restrained power. I mean, just the very concept of making you friggin' wait for the evil villain, the bad guy, the antagonist of the story, to lay down and take a nap. He never even implies that he's tired. You have no hints whatsoever. You just have to kind of see his bed and think, maybe one day he'll fall asleep. Anyway. We are approaching the final confrontation. Well, that's nice of them. They put the wand where it's supposed to go. I think in the PC version you can put them in the wrong place and just screw the whole thing up. So those are our two wands. And now, of course, we need a catalyst, because, you know, this is explained literally anywhere, that you need a moldy piece of cheese to power this machine. Graham tosses the moldy cheese into the machine's bubbling liquid. Mordax Wand barely glows. Perhaps its power has weakened, while Crispin's old wand now appears completely energized. Goodbye, King Graham of Daventry. Wait. Wait, I'm dead? He's not supposed to kill me. Gotta sit through that cutscene again? Son of a bitch. Fine. Okay, let's see if this time the game is at all merciful and literally gives me any chance at all to react after the cutscene is over. Okay, much better. What's going on here? I'll take care of you, you swine. Oh, Graham, great news! I've heard from Crispin. Dead. What the? What have you done to my wand? You think you can outwit me, little man? Ha! Let me show you a thing or two. Oh boy. All right, we are going to save one last time, or one last save file, and pull out the wand. All right, so we saw 4 magic spells in that spell book in Mordack's library, and we're going to have to choose which one we need to use to counter him. So the old wand now glows with the energy of its new power. So let's try this out. Okay, so I can't tell what this is. So he looked like some kind of a manta ray. This is a rabbit. This is, I think, a cheetah. This is a rain cloud. And this is a mongoose, if I recall. I guess let's try the rabbit. Okay, that wasn't the right move. Is he a dragon? He might be a dragon. It's really hard to tell with these NES graphics. Okay, let's go with cheetah. Maybe I have to get out of the way quickly. Or tiger. I'm sorry, not cheetah. Why, you little... Okay, now he takes the form of a dragon. Oh, curiously enough, the same dragon that we saw in front of his building. So, there we go. That's why that's why they were dragons and not snakes. They must have wanted to reuse the sprite. Okay. Well, for the dragon, now let's go to the form of a rabbit. And now we can hop out of the way of his fire blasts. You think you're so smart, don't you? Well, I've got you now. And now he's a snake. Say goodbye, swine. Give me the wand. And for a snake, of course, we go with a mongoose. So, if this is the way you want to play... Oh no, a burning ring of fire. Whatever will we do? How about a rain cloud? And thus... Graham defeated Mordack once and for all. Now why won't you work? Oh, Princess Kasima. Well, I did it. Mordack is gone. Gone? Are you sure? Maybe he's only trying to trick you. Nah, he's gone all right. He turned himself into a fire, and I put him out with rainwater. He'll never bother anyone else ever again. But now I have a bigger problem. I don't know what to do about my family or my castle. I don't know how to turn them back to normal. After all you've been through, there must be a way. I have the solution to all your problems, Graham. While you and Cedric were gone, I did some asking around and found out that your son, Alexander, had the dubious distinction, if you may, of turning Mordack's brother Manannan into a cat some time back. Obviously, this deed angered Mordack, who could do nothing about it since this particular spell could only be undone by the actual perpetrator, your son. It doesn't take a great genius to figure out that Mordack took your family and castle in revenge and to try to persuade Alexander to restore Manannan back to his old self. I did discover, as now I see, that your castle and family were miniaturized and imprisoned inside a glass bottle. I did some research and found the spell for turning everything back to normal. Now watch. Hocus pocus aliokus. Valanice, my children, my joy knows no limits. Oh, Daddy, I'm so glad you're here. Oh, Princess Kasima, how could I forget you? Let me introduce you to my family. This is my wife, Queen Valanice, my daughter, Princess Rosella, and my son, Prince Alexander, who started this whole mess. All of you, this is Princess Kasima from the land of the Green Isles. Without her, none of us would be standing here now. She bravely saved my life. My lady, I am deeply in your debt, and I will make it up to you. With your permission, I'd like to travel to the land of the Green Isles to see you. All right, now that we're done with the formalities, let's get on with business, shall we? Higgledy-piggledy-poo! Be assured that your castle is right back where it belongs, and the right size, too. But now it's time that everyone return to their homes. With my help, of course. Nalakazam, Nalakazoo. Wait, what about Cedric? What? Where is Cedric? Over there. Mordack turned him to stone. Is there anything you can do about it? Turned him to stone. Let me think. Ah, yes. I think I know. Carbara, no, Cadora, Now, what is that confounded word? Oh, yes. Carbonara. Crispin. Cedric, it sure is good to see you again. Ooh, likewise, I'm sure. All right, enough is enough. Let's get on with it. Before you send us all home, Crispin, I just want to thank you for all your help. And you too, Cedric. I wouldn't be standing here with my family without you two. I am deeply, deeply grateful. All in a day's work, my boy, all in a day's work. Right, Cedric? Woo, right, Crispin? Okay, back home you go. Alakazam, Alakazoo, Alakazee! Well, there she is, our happy home, and we're all safe and sound once more. Let's go home, shall we? Yes, let's. The end. We scored 260 out of 260 possible. And so concludes King's Quest V for the NES. This was definitely a journey. I'm very glad that I played it. I'm very glad that I bought it. I own it now after seeing it all those years ago. It's going to go in my King's Quest V PC box, and I'll pull it back out several years from now and remember that I owned it and pop it in and probably not play it again. But no, it was fun. I'm very glad that I did this. I'm very glad that I played it, and thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you've enjoyed it. This one was a lot shorter than the last one. It helps that I knew my way around a lot more than Goblin's Quest 3, but yeah, that's King's Quest V. If you enjoyed watching this, I highly recommend playing the PC original. It actually is interesting. It's very good for its time as far as the multimedia experience. It was one of Sierra's. Obviously, King's Quest was always the cutting edge of technology for them. So King's Quest V was, the full-on VGA 256 color graphics and fully voiced characters and just this extravaganza that they released. And in a lot of ways, they were so busy thinking about if they could that they didn't think about if they should. And thus, King's Quest V has a lot of traditional King's Quest bullshit. I have a ton of respect for Roberta Williams. She has done monumental things for all of gaming. And the King's Quest series is absolutely a legend and a big part of my childhood, but she has a very specific way of designing her games, and that is that the game does not give a rat's ass about you. Trial and error is the way that it goes, and yeah, if you're into that, then you'll enjoy it. Even if not, I highly recommend at least playing through it. It's a wonderful piece of gaming history. Well worth the price. You can get it pretty cheap on GOG, along with King's Quest VI, which is in the same package, which is a remarkably better game. Thanks again for subscribing. Thank you for your support. Look forward to my next game, which will be coming out very soon. And until then, save early, save often, and please do take care of yourself. Good night.